full nationwide picture from Adrienne Lawler.
Thank you, Philip. And I've got to say, the team I'm most interested in is the one here in Stat City, because they are working feverishly to make sure I've got up-to-the-second data here on my stats pad. And the news is absolutely sensational, because you remember the Yorkshire Puddings who were with us on day one, been with us all the time and only dropped a single point. They were at the top of the heap, closest to the £1 million. Well, they have crashed and burned.
It was hard work. I am exhausted. In fact, I feel a little bit like this bunny.
What, dead and stuffed? Do you think we've made the target, though?
Well, what with the noise and everything else, it was actually very difficult to keep people here. I don't know.
I'll have the chicken.
Well, anyway, it's about time we counted the money, and whilst we do that, take a look at the highlights of today.
Well, if, like me, you've given up tracking the performance of your shares online for fear of smashing the screen in frustration, you may have thought the tide was turning. Many punters have been gaining sneaky confidence from the performance of shares like Antisoma and Powderjet, which have steadily begun to pull themselves back up the greasy pole. Hands up all those people who instinctively, without thinking, identify with a square. Right, 1, 2, 3, okay. Well, bit of a worry, because the squares are the foundation of a business that's successful. They're the things that you want to rely on, that you can fall back on, and not one of the directors is a square, so don't let us worry you. In Kuala Lumpur today, a Singaporean marksman has been named as the mastermind behind Malaysia's notorious M16 gang. Malaysian police now believe the gang numbers just 9 members, but despite this, they've gained nationwide notoriety after carrying out a series of raids with military precision using M16 rifles. Hands up all those people who instinctively identify with triangles. All right, okay, there's more. Okay, if you've got a triangle at your table or in your office, you'll know, because they're empire builders. They've got their stapler.
130 then.
Say yes, Jackie.
140.
Say yes.
130.
130, Jackie.
No.
I'll give you
All right,
135. 135.
Well, now, today is particularly special for lots of reasons, isn't it? Because the sad news for both of you is that your wife and your mum actually died a few weeks ago, and I know she was very ill when we did the Everything Must Go programme, so we were very surprised that you decided to carry on. We're delighted, but what was it that made you decide to carry on and have this sale today as well?
Now, there is still a little bit more fun to be had in the form of gambling, which is a bit of a surprise for a bank that I've been told all day is safe and prudent and doesn't do anything at high risk. But there is a casino outside. OK, circles. Hands up, all those people who will say, oh, a lot more. OK, keep your hands up, because the good news about getting a circle to put one of their hands up is at least you know where one of the hands are. Some 3 million people in the UK use home credit every year, many of whom choose to borrow from Provident Financial, the country's biggest operator. People all over the country, like those here at Walthamstow Market, use Provident loans to help balance their budget. If you were going to put something different on the back of your business card, what would it be? What was your answer, Richard?
Your telephone number.
Very smooth. And
it did shut you up for a minute, though, didn't it? Yeah.
Well, it made me laugh. Hands up all those people who instinctively identify with the irregular puzzle shapes. OK, not as many as usual, but now it's important just to remind you, this is not my opinion, OK? Scientific minds have studied this and come to the conclusion that people who identify instinctively with an irregular puzzle shape are sex-starved nymphomaniacs who are particularly rampant at conferences. So if you'd like to sit beside the circles, it could be a very interesting day.